Let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're breaking down the gritty, tactical brilliance of the final prisoner's ordeal in the 47th Chronicle of the Nullsbane. Specifically, we're looking at Calypso's trial in the Irondale Arena. We're going to map out exactly how her unconventional choices turned what should have been a lethal trap into an absolutely spectacular escape.
So how do you survive a flooded arena with 3 circling sharks? Imagine walking into a massive coliseum, fully expecting sand and gladiators, only to realize the rules have fundamentally changed. This scenario instantly strips away all your land-based advantages, demanding total situational awareness and some serious psychological resilience.
As Calypso is escorted by heavy guard and eventually lifted onto the great arena platform, she steps out onto a weathered wooden dock. And the sensory shift here is just massive. She's greeted by the deafening roar of thousands of voices from the stands. But beneath her, the arena itself had vanished beneath deep water. It's just an enormous pool filling the Colosseum from wall to wall. Its surface is disturbed only by 3 great sharks circling her lonely platform. This chilling realization just sets the stakes instantly. The crowd is roaring for blood, the sharks are circling patiently, and she is completely surrounded.
Now, consider her armory choices before she even saw the water. While previous prisoners chose broadswords and heavy plate armor, Calypso deliberately picked a minimalist loadout, just a simple trident, a bow with a quiver of arrows, and a single dagger. This is the ultimate lesson in adaptability. It's brilliant lateral thinking. Wearing heavy gear in deep water? That's an absolute death sentence. By sacrificing defense, she retained the agility necessary to actually survive.
The crowd, of course, absolutely wants a desperate, flailing fight to the death, but instead, with sheer audacity, Calypso uses ancient sea magic to pause and politely ask these apex predators if they'd rather just leave. Think about that. Trying to talk down a shark while thousands of people are cheering for your demise. It's incredible. Astoundingly, one of the sharks actually breaks formation, pointing its broad head toward a submerged iron gate. She chooses observation over blind violence, realizing that this massive gate is meant to keep them both trapped.
Understanding the shark's silent cue, she doesn't hesitate for a second. She hurls a blazing sphere of fire directly at that submerged barrier. Even swallowed by the water, the concussive magic strikes with devastating force, buckling the thick iron gate. It's so smart. She uses her offense not to attack the beasts, but to attack their shared cage.
Seeing its prison weakened by the blast, the lone shark surges forward with absolutely all of its strength and just rams the buckled metal. The impact is massive. It literally shakes the entire arena. The gate bursts inward, yielding instantly to the combined force of Calypso's magic and the shark's raw physical power. Suddenly, the path to freedom is ripped wide open, right there in the side of the pool.
Trusting her unlikely ally, Calypso plunges in to make her escape. But, the Duergar are cunning. Rushing blindly, her body violently strikes a secondary, unseen threat suspended in the water. The text describes it horrifyingly. She hit something soft, cold, and impossibly clear.
Turns out, she hit a gelatinous cube. For those who don't know, that's a transparent, acidic ooze that completely envelops and suffocates its prey. Practically invisible underwater, it traps her instantly. And the terrible irony here is that her rush to escape literally landed her in an even tighter cage. Worse, the burning acid of the cube begins eating away at her skin, releasing tiny streams of her blood into the surrounding water. And well, in a pool with sharks, blood is the ultimate deadly catalyst.
This triggers a rapid, physics-based chain reaction in just a matter of seconds. Let's break it down. First, the acid draws blood. Next, that scent triggers a massive feeding frenzy. The remaining, unseeing sharks immediately abandon their patterns and slam directly into the invisible cube at full speed. This double impact actually compresses the ooze backward, building immense kinetic energy, exactly like pulling back the string of a drawn bow.
The gelatinous mass can only hold that immense tension for a fraction of a second before it violently snaps back. Calypso is launched from the cube like a stone from a sling. The accidental frenzy of the remaining sharks turns a deadly, suffocating trap into a high-powered makeshift catapult. She rockets straight through the water, propelled with incredible speed directly out of the shattered gate. And waiting for her just beyond that opening is her faithful shark ally. Together, they disappear right through the breach.
Escaping the roaring Colosseum, she enters a completely different world. The crowds demanding blood and the deadly traps are left behind, replaced by quiet currents and heavy iron bars. She's entered the holding pools, swimming among countless imprisoned creatures of the river, lake, and sea.
By breaking the rules of the trial through pure lateral thinking, Calypso has navigated exactly to where her captors never intended her to reach.
She didn't just survive the Duergar's traps. She hijacked them to launch herself into the very heart of their menagerie. So I leave you with this final thought. If Calypso can use ancient magic to turn an arena's deadliest beasts into a coordinated strike team, what kind of absolute havoc is she about to unleash with a holding pool full of imprisoned aquatic monsters? I have a feeling the guards of Erindale are about to find out the hard way.